Spider-Man and his amazing friends, Iceman and Firestar.
60 years of Spider-Man was last year, but we're still celebrating it this year with the Spider-Man and his amazing friends 3-pack on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured back with another Marvel Legends review. This time we're looking at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man and his amazing friends 3-pack. It came out near the end of last year, and I did not purchase it. More for having to make choices than any lack of wanting it. I did want it, but I did not get it. And in fact, I still haven't gotten it. This review comes to you through Dwayne, who is one of my longtime subscribers and buddy since elementary school. And he is also a huge Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man's his favorite guy. And he bought this pack on Amazon.com, and as soon as he got it, he told me he wanted to have me review it. And so months and months later, here we are. I'm reviewing it. So, you know, if you're of a certain age, when you were a kid, on Saturday mornings, you watched Spider-Man and his amazing friends. I was one of them kids. And, you know, it hits you right in the nostalgia feels. So, definitely wanted to get this set. I never did. But, like I said, not for any lack of wanting. So we're going to go through the figures. We're going to go over the box. We're going to, you know, have some fun with it and get you some final thoughts and get you back to your life. So starting with the package, we got the very nice, you know, take off of the intro to the cartoon, which you saw at the beginning of the video. You got your Marvel Comics animation, what they showed on the show before it came on. Really, this used to be on the older 60s shows. I don't remember it being on Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends, but either way. And of course, you got Spider-Man climbing up something similar to, again, the intro of the show. And then on the back, you got action poses for our heroes. Spider-Man gets 2 extra sets of hands. Iceman gets an extra set of hands, fisted hands, and then a toboggan, ice toboggan effect, which is cool. It does come with previous Icemans. And then Firestar gets an additional head and flame effects, additional hands, and Miss Lion figure, which is colored like the cartoon. The previous release of Firestar did come with a Miss Lion, and they're not really the same character in a sense. They're both dogs that look the same, but they're not really the same dog. But yeah, so that's the package. I'm pretty sure on the bottom we just got legalese. There's nothing there, nothing worth looking at there. All right, so we're gonna get these guys out and determine lots of things. Be right back. All right, so we've got these guys out of the package, and I'm gonna run it a little bit different than I normally do. Wanted to show them in their base form, and then we'll go over them on the turntable with each of their accessories in turn. But this is the package as you get it out of the box. And examining these figures, they're all, you know, they're all reuses of previous figures to varying degrees. So, starting off with Spider-Man, he is very cool. He is definitely the reason to get this set. While it's an animation Spider-Man, they didn't do cell shading on him, and I personally appreciate that greatly. He is a reuse of the origin Spider-Man, the black Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. Black and red is what I was saying, trying to get out. Then we have Iceman here. Iceman is a very interesting case. So Iceman has a new body. He's not on the previous body that he had. The only thing from the previous Iceman figure that you're actually getting on this figure is the head. The head is the same head as the retro Iceman. They did cell shade him, and it doesn't look bad. I understand why they did it, because of the ice, you know. I would call it probably, let's call it ice shading, because I don't know that I would really call this cell shading. It's just more to bring out the depth for the figure with the shadows of ice. So it kind of still has the same effect as cell shading, but it's really not cell shading. He is not on the previous Iceman body. He's on the same body though as the Bombastic Bagman figure that they did last year as well. I did a review for him. And I don't know what body that is, you know, skinny-ish Marvel Legends guy body. I don't know. It's not Bucky Cap this time. And last and certainly not least, we have Firestar. So Firestar is interesting because she is a partial reuse of the previous Firestar figure. And by partial reuse, I mean her midsection, chest, head, those are the same. But her legs are upgraded. So she's got thicker thighs than on the previous version, and the arms are the modern arms rather than the old style female arms. And I will compare them side to side at some point in the video. But that's the quick and dirty changes that you're getting with these figures. Of course, her color palette is a little lighter than the other figure to match with the cartoon aesthetic. I don't know why they started her with this head. You know, for the cartoon purpose, I probably would have started her with this head, but we'll get to it. We'll get to that. All right, so next up, we'll look at each of them on the turntable with their accessories. All right, so we're starting off with Iceman on the turntable with his accessories. So he comes with the ice toboggan, which we got before. And then he comes with a pair of fists. So here's Iceman. You know, get a full view of him just in case I missed something when I was showing him earlier. But you can see he's got the butterfly joints and pinned legs and pinned arms because he's on an older body. but you know, he's not bad looking. Definitely has that feel of the cartoon, and it's very interesting, you know, how they can take a character, and make a completely different look out of a figure, you know, as opposed to a different figure with some of the same parts, and give them like a completely different look. Like, you know, there's nothing less valid about this Iceman than the previous Iceman that they made. So yeah, very nice, very nice. And at first I thought this was like a new head, but when I looked at pictures of the other Iceman, which I actually have, I was like, that's the same head, it's just painted differently. So there you go, Iceman, very nice. Now we'll go to Firestar. Now we'll compare him with the other Iceman. So here is the retro card Iceman. Completely different effect, completely different way of doing the character. Both work for the character, but they're different. They are very different. The only thing that's the same is the head, maybe the fisted hands. So this Iceman is on the Bucky Cat body. So as you can see, hopefully you can see, he's much wider in the midsection, a little more muscular definition. That sort of tracks with the cartoon. I think they could have done him in this paint job, in this body, and it still would have been fine. But the effect that you get here is, you know, it's pretty cool. It works. But yeah, he's definitely not on the same body. In fact, as you can see, he does not have boot cut on this body, whereas even though he's not wearing boots because it's all ice, this one has boot cut. So there you go. Another bonus that I would say for this one, if you're looking for reasons to buy this one and upgrade from this one, is he does come with extra hands. This Iceman did not come with extra hands, but he does come with the toboggan wherever I put that. But he does have the ice toboggan here. So just to compare them, same ice toboggan. One's painted, one is not. And to get real close on the heads, just to do that for you. There you go, Iceman. It's very hard to tell that they're the same head, but they definitely are. Due to the body, you get a little more head range than this one because the neck is smaller. But yeah, there you go. That's Iceman and Iceman. All right, next up is Firestar. So we've got her on the turntable with all of her accessories, and she comes with the most stuff out of everybody in this set. So you can see she has fisted hands. Everybody gets a pair of fists. Nobody is wearing them right out of the box. She comes with the same flame effects that the normal Firestar came with from a few years ago. Then here's Miss Lion. Looking like her cartoon self. Here's her alternate head that to me seems like the base appearance of the character. And it's not in any way changed from the previous release, so it looks like Firestar, but it doesn't necessarily look like Mary Jane. As most people know, Angelica Jones, her animation model was just the Mary Jane animation model that I guess they made for the Spider-Man show, which came on before Spider-Man and Amazing Friends came on. The animation was all the same. Peter Parker looked the same. Spider-Man looked the same. Still voiced by Dan Gilvezan. I think that's how you say his name. The guy who did Bumblebee, the guy who did Spider-Man, same guy. He did Spider-Man for all of his appearances in those early Marvel cartoons from the 80s. So getting a closer look here at Firestar. You know, very cool. I discussed in the previous, previous section what was going on with her. So we'll bring in her earlier counterpart. And as you can see, aside from some shading in the hair, it is the same portrait. It's not a bad portrait. It's the same body, the same midsection, but the thighs are the difference. So you can see the arms here. This is the old one. So she has the old female arms. This one has the newer arms. Some shading here. No shading here. That's for the cartoon. Same derriere. Just this one has a little bit more skinny thighs, which hopefully you can see the difference here. So, you know, if you like your women with those American thighs, this is your one to get. But this is not bad. It's, you know, I'm looking at it, and even though I didn't get this set, it's like, oh, I already got these guys. Do I really need to get them again? And that's an interesting question. Are the upgrades worth it? Right? And I don't know if I can answer that question just yet. So there you go, Firestar. Now let's get to the man of the hour. So here's Spider-Man with his accessories, which is basically two pairs of hands. And he's looking, you know, pretty awesome. In the previous section, I did go over him a little bit. But he's, you know, he looks great. He's on that new body, one of two bodies that we got for Spider-Man last year. And now I think they've used this one on Spider-Man anyway, more than they have on they've used this body for Spider-Man more on Spider-Man than they have the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, which, you know, most people went for as their greatest, you know, Spider-Man of the year. I went for this one to be the Amazing Fantasy version, was just edged out that one. So yeah, that's just how I felt. even though you got the extra posability in the toes and everything on Renew Your Vows. That's an adult Spider-Man, and this is like more of a universal. He's in that late teens, early 20s kind of, not fully grown Spider-Man kind of appearance, and that's for whatever reason resonates with me a little bit more. So to bring him in, you know, we can go over his hands and everything, but they're Spider-Man hands. I've gone over them in depth in other videos for sure. So here is Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man and Spider-Man is Amazing Friend Spider-Man together. Other than decos, they're the exact same figure. So the body's the same. I like how the web pattern is even the same, except for on the chest. He's got the bigger spider, which is appropriate. The head is the same, the old classic Spider-Man head. And then on the back, this one has a slightly larger spider. It's a different spider than the OG spider. Make that out. And it's nice. It looks great. It looks like this is Spider-Man in red and black, and this is Spider-Man in red and blue. They're great. So yeah, there you go. I saved the best for last. If you're gonna get this set, in my opinion, you're definitely getting it for Spider-Man. Even with the slight upgrades to Firestar and the true to the show accuracy of Iceman, I really think that, you know, you could just pose those three characters together and say, hey, Spider-Man's Amazing Friends, and who would know the difference other than Iceman has an X-Men belt on. But yeah, it's definitely it's definitely a great version of Spider-Man. Great variation of Spider-Man, let's call it. And you know, maybe I'll try and, I don't know. This set's not cheap. It's kind of expensive, but maybe I'll track down this Spider-Man loose. They did do him on a retro card, and he comes with some webs. But the second version of the retro card with the webs is also this Spider-Man. So this is the third Spider-Man. Well, this is the second Spider-Man of 3 that they've done in this body. So clearly they feel like Spider-Man's the guy. You know, this body is the body for the guy. Renew Your Vows has been made on the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, and I think the black suit Spider-Man that comes with Venom has that body. In fact, I think they've even done the black suit Spider-Man with this body. I have to check, but I believe the Spider-Man Carnage 2-pack is using this body too. I'll make a note of it in the comments. I mean, in the you know, in the text section of the video or the description of which version it is which. But yes, there you go, Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends Spider-Man. And I kind of do want this, even if I don't want the other stuff. So there you go. All right, final thoughts on the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 3-pack by Hasbro. I mean, I think it's a great set. If you missed Iceman before, if you missed Firestar before, Obviously, it's an easy get. You're getting a great Spider-Man to go with it. But if you have those characters like I already do, there's less really reason to do it. You know, personal preference. I like thicker thighs, so maybe I guess I could go with that. The Iceman is less attractive for that same reason. He does not have boot cut. Not that he really needs it, but actually, when it comes to the toboggan, the boot cut might have been a little helpful to get him in that pose without him toppling to the right. The Spider-Man is, you know, is everything in this set. He's just as good as the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, of course, because he is the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, except in blue. So you're getting a classic look of Spider-Man, classic posability. Yeah, you know, really Spider-Man is the reason to get the set. Everything else is just really kind of icing on the cake. So yeah, there you go. Well, you do get extra hands. You get extra hands for Iceman. Firestar, the original package version of Firestar comes with all the same accessories, except Miss Lion is like a gray color and not the brown color like she was on the show. So I don't have Miss Lion handy to show you the difference, but it's the same figure. So there you have it. I'm going to give this set a 9 out of 10. All these figures are repaints, but the one that's a repaint that's really good, super good, is the Spider-Man. And the other ones are nice updates, but not necessary updates, if that makes sense. But the overall package of what you get, especially if you don't have those guys, yeah, sure, it's worth getting. All right, so I'm gonna get on out of here. Thanks so much for watching my videos. Those who do, who have subscribed and you know, rocking with me with this thing. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, please. If you love Spider-Man, if you love Iceman or Firestar, or all three of them in any combination thereof, certainly drop a comment in the comments section. If you like Marvel Legends, don't like repaints, I don't care. You know, comment, and I certainly will respond. If you were to watch any of my videos and look in the comment section, there not exists even a single one where I don't respond to comments. So you have my word on that. All right, guys, till the next video, everybody out there, please stay safe. And I will see you guys all on the next video.
The way I got it figured.